This day 772 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you like sponsor or come show more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please come me directly. We greatly appreciate it. They were doing Simon Tofine Hey, Seafood Base, the Tofine Vav, Seafood Aleph. Good base. Mainly Yerokos, the Tibur Rishon doesn't have vegetables for Karpas. El Mor, John Mor. You Parech Allah Betibur Rishon, Bari Priya Dama. Parech Allah Betibur Rishon, Bari Priya Dama, Balchias Mor. You make the bracha and Karpas, Bari Priya Dama, Balchias Mor. The Tibur Sheni, you have to remember Charoses, second Tibur time. You should dip in the Charoses, you're going to below bracha.
I bought it home.
Without a bracha.
I had it home.
Okay. That's Shuli. It's my granddaughter. The Eich Ebshai Barak Shekvar Malekis Kristu Papa Menu. Obviously, can't make a bracha tomorrow if you already ate from it. That's it, make a chil at the beginning. Afgav Dikar Mitzvah Yachar Matzah, even though the primary mitzvah more is after Matzah. Nevertheless, we do no choice. Fancy bracha achrei. Don't make a bracha achrei. Came with Shibir Mikonim Machil Smor Vada Shil Tzidei Chabasa. And since you made the bracha achrei Smor previously, you still your Yitzhar obligation. Ba'akav to see Matzah Matzah Sumurorim, even though it says Matzah and Morar. No, I mean, Kubi Makni Morar. It's not a problem. You put Morar first. Kashav, they're going to ask, Lama Tzich Lechlo Pam Shez Achar Matzah. Why bother eating the second time? Because remember, you have to have two dippings. That's the second dipping. So children should see. But it says it's that which in the first dipping you don't have to do charoses. Avagad charoses mishum ha'eres. Even though charoses is because the count of the poison. What difference to make it the first or second dunking? Rosh explains B'Shem Rabbeinu Yoina. Zel Shoina. What's the name of Yoina? This he says Mishnu Tibur Rishon Ein Lechiv Elekera. Because the first dunking is not for obligatory, but it's to make a sign. And the entire year we eat chazeres, lettuce without the charoses. So since the entire year we eat without charoses, I'm not concerned that we should have charoses this time either. The second dunking, which is the one of the mitzvah, we're concerned there shouldn't be a question of sakana. End quote. Oshun says, move on. I understand this. So, cloud, at all. Obligation the first donkey. That's the mitzvah. Rosh doesn't know like what he said. Because she yotzi Yotzi with the first donkey. Ella ain't Yotzi, rather you're not Yotzi. You must just feel the matzah more, Dafka, maybe because he holds that you are the pasuk first matzah, then mora is an impediment. Matzah tchil mora, first matzah, then mora, specifically. Because he holds mitzvahs require kamara. Kemo she Moshe be'emes pasak kain. Perak Rosh Hashanah. So the first one is like dunking vegetables. Okay. Even though the first is like dunking vegetables. Yeah, but you have to be quiet, okay? Obviously, that's question. Questions to I make a chil smar, the first one. Yesh Lomar, you can say they can't come on al tibul sheni. Really have in mind when you make a chil smar on the second one. The lama lever tibul sheni, so why should make the bracha the second time? So the Mexican looks like a joke. You're ready from it now. You're going to make the bracha. That's said to make the bracha when you eat the karpas. Mishnah writes that you make a bracha the first time you dunk and you eat a little bit for the purpose of karpas, not for the purpose of being kind of mitzvah. The agora is not considered interruption, as long as you don't to speak about other things in the middle. It's shown that many poskim argue and they hold that it's best to be mechaven in the achilas mor by the karpas if you don't have actual mor. And according to them, you have to eat dedekazais, and actually you have to dunk in the charoses for the purpose of mor. And the second mor you eat without a bracha, and that's for the karpas. Wow. Do karpas during the meal. Fascinating. So you change the order. You don't have to eat a kazais during the meal, yes. You don't require now to have to eat a kazais at that point. And you don't have to dunk it in charoses. Vinegar or salt water is enough. So according to Mishnah, we actually changed the order altogether. It's amazing. The brackets, it says, I've got mitzvah sichas kavana. Mitzvah require kavana, immediate achilos shani. It's like misasek, that's the opposite. Something which you're eating that you don't need kavana because Achal banana. You had good pleasure. Babach mechlik ben the rice of the rabbanon. Babach the rice of the rabbanon. Rabbanon ain't so kavanah. Rabbanon doesn't require kavanah. The rice does. Ayin sham. Rabbi Shmuel ben Yoda ben lo yada sh'acha ben Yoda. You know we're eating or not. The Rosh Ran Sheben Lom in the Arcane does not seem to be shot from the Rosh Ran Viduk. Yud Gimel. The Kamish Pukim Machil Shnei Pam Mara, since it's dubious what to do, obviously, to eat twice Mara. Every have to make a special effort. Not the first time Mara, El Yerakos, but vegetables. Those who say the main Yerakos, if you don't have vegetables, you can use matzah for dunking. This is astonishing. The vegetables, the said vegetables. Those say the female are the senu. So some say according to our minute that we take grain from Mara. That's you don't have vegetables. Okay, I was there. Because she's taking this for the first dunking. As explained, they ain't a grain is not suitable to eat at all when it's by itself. There's said those who argue. The Tavan, the Tiknu Rabbanan, since the Rabbanan may have fixed this, might be able to say milk, dunking in vinegar and so water, shopping, make it achila. Hey, Rabbanan told you eat it. Okay, thank you. Hey, Rabbanan told you eat it, and also they said dunk it to make it more, which makes it more palatable. Actually, they didn't say dunk it; they said dunk karpas. But you're dunking it makes it more palatable. You make a bar priyadama on the morrow. Biur says to make the proper bracha, it's bar priyadama. And if you can't make a bar priyadama, it says Biur needs to make a shackle. It's a good point. But going back to the Shulchan, but not brachas in any Elohim brachas and mitzvos. Yeah, well, I didn't say by bar priyadama before. I don't know why he didn't say that. He says by brachas, they are like brachas and mitzvos came and true. Chomim instituted. It's very unlikely. You won't get another vegetable besides mora. It's preferable to chew the matzah with your your teeth. To taste the matzah. However, if not possible, you swallow the matzah, don't ask matzah. It would seem to be that even you need to have taste the matzah. That's why if you cook matzah, you're not yotze. We shouldn't have shame about matzah because not taste the matzah. If you came to Balanami, Loma Yotza, you swallow it. Why you eat it that way? It's not comparable. The Mavushal Gam Kodesh the peeve, the cooked matzah, even before you put it in your mouth, you have to make matzah. It's not considered matzah anymore. So you put some other food into your mouth. I don't know where they are. Go look in the kitchen. Okay, Mashaim Bebola. Yeah. Mashaim Bebola, as opposed to when you swallow, it was matzah that you swallow. Also, there, the matzah doesn't go into your stomach. In other words, it's cooked matzah going down, not matzah. Mashaim Bebola, blow matzah. The stomach is our matzah. Soki that nashim before the achila b'meyav have achila. It comes clear that eating when your stomach is considered eating. The guy he brings the proof here in parentheses in brackets. V'shlokish amar the rakim meyav have achila. It shows this only when you gets your stomach is considered to be achila. Also, gam gona have achila. It's also that which is in your throat, regurgitating and eating again. It's considered to be achila. Have a meyav vaday have achila. It's only which thing which your stomach is definitely eating. That you were not yotza as you taste it. Shouldn't be a time more because the taste the more which is required. Kamoshi's bar beside the Shema has become clear. Next sif tezvav bola mora lo yotza. If you swallow mora, you're not yotzi. Should be no shitom tam mora. You have to taste the of the bitterness, but feed with his mouth. Bola and you swallow ain't no time tam real, so you don't taste the bitterness. Vain show you can't ask. Come move chorsh mora. The best mora is lettuce. Right? Ain't no time real is called sapiro. If someone can say the Chazer says Chal Shem Moro Nekoshi. Chazer says the Chales Shem Moro because it becomes tough. It's not the same tough. I give a sit design. I jump. Abishar meaning, but the other types Shem Moro. The chalesh shemor minei amerirus, because the bitterness. Came which in the time meals, if you don't taste the bitterness, lo yotza. The abrogation. Melgam chazeres, so she don't time chazeres. Okay, so by chazeres you also taste the taste of chazeres. The yivshal chalek min mara zel min mara acher. Got to taste one, you got to taste the other. Now, no matter the Torah tzivsoli tom tam mara, but if you come min mara shochel, yagish if you kifim shochal v'loy debliya. Let's say Torah requires you to taste whatever type of mara you're eating according to its character, not by swallowing it. Even if you swallow matzah mara together, the matzah yotza, you fill the allegation matzah, and mara lo yotza, you don't fill the allegation matzah. The ain the mara mevatel matzah, the mara does not cancel the matzah. Kem shlo san cloud. Didn't chew them raw. So matzah yotze, not mara. V'im karach matzah or mara b'siv lo, if you swallow, if you wrapped matzah mara in a fiber and swallowed it, afi de matzah yotze, you're not yotze matzah either. V'lemineh tam. It's not because you didn't taste anything. Matzah in tzeichel time, you don't need the taste. And they ain't there the sanction to be the normal way of eating. Don't fulfill the obligation of at night you should eat matzahs. More than kavachomer. More you certainly don't say kavachomer. Shalvat ain't there first of all, it's not there achila. Besides, so lekata more, you don't taste the more. Test 9. Because Rabbi Nabi says he dal ocha matzah block up on if he matzah without intent. Konshansu on a scene such as being compel you to eat matzah, or leasting lechol, or bandits compel you to eat. So you fulfilled your obligation. Came Shiyudesh, Laila Pesach. He knows not his Pesach. And he knows V'shuchai B'chilas Matzah. He knows he's obligated to eat matzah. But if you thought it was a weekday, or she'ain't the matzah, this is not matzah, lo yotze, you're not yotze kan l'shono. Svarah tu kasak te teretz tibir Rambam Shulchan pasak ti yotze. This is what he wrote in order to answer up the Rambam who writes to yotze, Perik Beis B'Shov, as opposed to B'chil Shofar pasak the lo. The below is kind of lo yotze, so he says you don't have kavanah, not yotze. So he's distinguishing between eating and other stuff. But also eating. We didn't know today's Pesach. Or matzah, that this is matzah. You definitely right. Yotze, the mitzvah is kavana. We pass at least by the rice. The mitzvah require kavana. Biur says even according to Mandam holds mitzvahs lo ain't tzrichus kavana. Here you're not yotze. I guess you need to know that it's not a Pesach. When you eat kshiyada, option aseh bonus. Have a kikavana. By eating, in terms of, as long as you know it's not Pesach, in terms of the eating, even if you're compelled to do it, then it's still like kavana to eat. As far as utus kabatesis b'sachim, this is logically mentioned. Tesis b'sachim, avol b'divrei rosh sham v'atur mikan b'kan lo mash makain ayin sham. Seems that they argue. It says here Mishnah Berurah, and Mishnah Berurah brought this in the name of Sarah Poskim, and he says that that's Rabbeinu Chanado's psak as well. Yud Zayin. Ocha Kasai matzah, person who Kasai matzah who nichbe, he's epileptic. Beish do so when he's not in lucid mind. Who achar by the and then later on now you got healed. Chayav lechok shisrap, he's got to eat again when he became healed. He shows achil hoisa beish yapatim kol mitzvahs when he ate. When he was in the fit, when he was in the seizure, he was exempt from mitzvahs. Then he's a shaykhus the mitzvahs, so it's nothing to do with the mitzvahs require kavanah or not. If you answer kavanah, even though mitzvahs don't require kavanah, come, matzorach lios chai margish, and be alive and sentient. Lo k'sheno b'dai t'klan, when you're not in lucid at all. For the die show that feel him ain't shaykhus kavanah become niskam shlo let's say shlo yotze. Even if it's not require kavanah, if you had in mind not to be yotze, then you're not yotze. The Mishnah Berurah says that's what he says specifically as b'chavei not be yotze the mitzvah. That's which is worse than not having kavanah, obviously. Very sure that you can ask. You can't actually mean the full listing lechol matzah yotze. I don't know that if you if that's the case, how when bandits compel you matzah yotze, came to kafu and came lower lechol. If they compelled you, didn't want to eat, and you had in mind not to be yotze. They should do lower tzashem yachlu yachilu. He didn't want them to feed them. Ratzachom Yatz wanted to eat on his own. But once they compelled him by the lo chiven, so it says they didn't have in mind not to be yotze. Yes, Dover Yadu, it's well known. Shein. Sorry again. Yes, Dover Yadu shein chiyuv matzah b'layl vad. Obligation matzah is only the first night. You see, perhaps tochlu matzos that night you matzah. Avukol machag the rest of sukkos im yer. That's a Pesach. Im yer tzishlocho matzah. If you don't want to eat matzah, elabine targima, just other types of food. You have permission to do so. Shabbos Yontif, only says Yontif Tzorech Chopas, technically you got to eat bread. Not because it's matzah, but because it's bread. Ba'afkam B'layla Rishon, and even the first night, Mina Torah Yotzi Dei Chavaso B'Gzayis. The rice of Yotzi obligation with the Gzayis, and that's enough. Because of Rabbeinu Rama B'Siv Zayin, Nagu Laso Sholosh Matzahs Shel Haseder Me'Yisoro. Custom was to make 3 matzahs for the Seder from an Yisaron. Zecher Lachmitodah, to commemorate the bread of Todah. Also, Simon, you make a Simon then later, Ezer Rishon Shino Shlishis, no, which is first, second, or third. Nichem Rishon El Yonah, the first comes out on top, Ashniya B'Emsa, the second one in the middle, Ashish, the third one Tachtoina, and the Kricha, and the bottom 4 correct. Shino Lo, you can change, it doesn't matter, or it doesn't matter. But when the Son Gamke said, you bake it also in order. Yishbrach Hasmem, one of them broke Lochim, Mosal Shniya. You take it for the second matzah, the middle matzah, the blavachi part is also. Because anyway, you're going to split it. Now it's time our cousin do this. Because by making marks, we're going to delay in making the dough, and it's not appropriate. V'dai shno the kachma kublani. Okay, Arukh HaShulchan had a mitzvah. Even though the obligation matzah is only first night. Nevertheless, mitzvah chol matzah kol shivas mei Pesach. It's a mitzvah say mitzvah cubis, obviously not cubis. Tin matzah rest of Pesach. You'll see, like it says, shivas yomim tochlu matzos. 7 days sheep matzah. But the korle Rishus says it's called optional. Mishum the mitzvah gabi chov Rishus korle. Because the mitzvah relative to an obligation is called optional. Minesh ain't a mitzvah say el rotzon Hashem. No, he says it's not a mitzvah say. That's a chiddush. The Gra and Reb Tzadik both say it's a mitzvah say tin matzah. It's just not an obligatory mitzvah. It's mitzvah chiyumis, not mitzvah chiyumis. Or shouldn't say it differently. Saying not even a mitzvah say the matzah rest of Pesach. El rotzon Hashem. It's a kiyum in rotzon Hashem. Sheyuchlu b'nei Yisrael matzah kol mei Pesach. Jews eat matzah all of Pesach. That's a very big finish. Tough I involved. Meaning achil sleep a little Pesach. Meaning of eating roast or not eating roast. Not a Pesach. I'll turn it down. We learned in the Mishnah. Malkum shnogul lachol tzim leim sachim ochlim. Place have because we eat the roast on night Pesach. You need it. Well, no nagul lachol. Place of the minhag is shnogul lachol. Lachol, the way the custom is not to eat it. Ain't ochlim, don't eat it. The name shah Pesach ain't ochal. At least the Pesach can only be eaten roasted. Then spewed means skewered al eish on the fire. Lo b'kdeira, and not in a pot. Lo b'mayim, and not in water. Therefore, there's people. They were concerned that you should not eat roast. The people shouldn't say you're eating Pesach on our day and age. Like kochim b'chutz, like kochim outside the Beis Hamikdash. There are more machmir shlochos. K'mir aleim shlochos shum matzah, shum sli. Machmir not to eat any roast. B'leil Pesach. Now Pesach feel b'sar b'emosh and b'leil Pesach. Even from meat of an animal which not suitable will be a korban Pesach. Feel bus of osen shnogul isur those who have the custom to prohibit this chal isur gamal zarom achreim. Those vows and the children after them. This says Shema b'ni Musar Avicha. This is the Musar of your forefathers. Medina's the Musar probably here means the Misoris, the tradition of your forefathers. The Medina Shalom Hey Makoma should know Shlecho our countries, Ashkenaz countries, all that I know of, because it was not eat. The Dafka Tzli Shalar Eish, not only roast on the fire. V'lo Mashon Korim Bratin. Whatever it is, that's not considered sli.